Today is Tuesday, May 22nd. We're going to be doing some more exercises today. I'm choosing to do some core exercises today. That's important. We started with an overall body yesterday. Today we're going to do some core exercises because the core is important. It's core! Hopefully you've warmed up, you've done some moving around, some walking, whatever you might need to do, and you're hydrated. If you need to get pain meds on board, hopefully you've done that ahead of time. So if you haven't done those 3 things, all of them, pause, get those taken care of, then let's get back and let's do some exercising. Most of what we're going to do with the core today is going to be done down on a mat. So for those of you who are confined to setting, this may not be your day. What you can do are repeat a different day from today. This is a tough one, and I know with the challenges that you have, this can be difficult, but I do promise a set of special exercises that I'm going to do some research on to find what can be done for core exercises for those who are confined to setting. So we're going to start down here in this prone position, and we're going to go into the cobra, which is holding yourself up like this. You've got your core engaged and you're supporting yourself up with your hands, yes, but there's a lot going on with your core to keep yourself up. Now we're going to hold this for about 15 seconds as best as I can count. I really don't have a clock on the side of the barn, so I can't tell what I've got going on there. But it's essential that you get this activated and you get it working, you get that core happening so you can get it strengthened. Okay, let's let it down. I'm going to come back up like this. I realized for some of these exercises, in order for you to really see what I'm doing, you're going to need me to be more sideways so you can tell what I'm doing. So, okay, I'm back down here. So we're going to do what's called some crunches. I know that there's a lot of controversy about the value of crunches, that they might be a little dangerous. So if you're feeling pain, if you have back problems, you may want to just do this lightly, but we're going to have our hands behind our heads. We're going to bring our feet up and go up towards them, okay? Slow and easy. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Gonna give you a little bit of a break there so that you can catch up with yourself. You know, we're not trying for aerobics this morning. You know, this isn't cardiovascular day. This is crunch day, core day, and I want to make certain that you get a good core workout and you're able to have the strength to do each of these fully. So we're going to pause in between each, and I'm going to talk to you. This is my chance to talk to you and encourage you along the way and explain what's going on. But it's important that we do these and get the most out of them, and that's what we're striving to do here today. I need to change the order of these because this next one we need to stand up for. You know, I'm going to hold that till it's the only one we stand up for. That's interesting. Okay, so I'm going to show you from 2 positions. This is the bent over fly. So we can let our knees flex a little bit for us. We're going to have a little bit of bend, holding ourselves upright. And the bent over fly is where you're just going to come out like that. And it's both arms. This is one where you can use with weights if you want to, but as you can see, you're supporting yourself a lot with your core. So if you have weights and you're strong enough to use them, you can go ahead and... Okay, funny story. We have multiple cards for recording our videos on, and the one I had in here was a smaller card, and it was filled up, and I didn't know it, and it came to an end, and it shut the camera down on me. So I want to finish up on these reverse flies. I know I was standing this way when I was doing them. I'm going to finish them this way, but we're going to do a few more to keep you going, because I don't think we got them all done on the video. So I want to keep you up with me. The beauty of this is I did a few different exercises following the reverse fly. That's enough on the reverse fly. And I get to do them over again. Now this is core day. Core day really works hard on us. So, wow. Okay, here we go. So Jim's getting a good core workout today. If you want to get the same workout, you can repeat it. There you go. You may not want to. Okay, we're gonna do the supine dead bug now. This is a cute one. So it's contralateral, meaning we're gonna do an arm on one side and a leg on the other, and then we're gonna reverse and do the other. So we're bringing our leg up and taking our arm down, and then we do the other side. Okay, we don't have to raise up. This is just arm and leg. Core is engaged. I'm going to do as many of these as I can before I start saying, Jim, that's enough. Please stop. But this is a good one for you as well. It's very helpful. And it gets the job done on getting that core going, getting it in shape, which we need. It's that core that does so much for us. Okay, let's call it enough. Okay, this next one is the supine pelvic tilts. So if you can see my pelvis, it's kind of tough on this contoured ground here, but I'm going to tilt it, I'm going to rock it backwards like this, to where my back is pushed into the ground, and hold it for just a moment, and then bring it forward again. We're keeping our core engaged while we do this. This is a great one for teaching our pelvis where it needs to be, also getting those muscles and joints activated a bit, and doing some strengthening. So important for your posture. Keep going. I'm just doing them one after the other here, but keeping your posture aligned where it needs to be, because when your posture is deviated, meaning your pelvis is tilted too far forward or too far back, you're not in a proper upright position, then you put extra pressure on the joints of the lower back, and you get pain. So what we're doing with these core exercises are strengthening and activating all of those muscles that are involved in keeping our posture properly aligned. And when we do that, okay, that's enough of those. Let's let this rest just a bit. When we do that, that's some of what automatically stops that back pain, when we get our posture properly aligned and our muscles strengthened, so that we're not drooping forward or swaying our back, and you know, all of those things that happen. Now, there are some skeletal challenges that some people have that cause it to be a problem. That's true. Medical help is needed, but for the vast majority of us, the problem is bad posture, because we have a weak core, we have all the muscles involved in the core, and standing properly erect are weak, or they're unbalanced, so we pull one way or the other. So we're working on strengthening those. Crucial that we do that to help get rid of a lot of our pains. Okay, this next one is the supine march. So we're just going to be picking our legs up. We're not having to do our hands this time. So it's kind of like the high knee raises that we do, but by being supine, we work a little bit more on our back. We're not really working on strengthening our legs. We're engaging our core,
but we're working these muscles that pick up the legs in regards to having our core and our pelvis area strengthened like we need to. So let's just keep picking these guys up one after the other, bringing them back as far as you can. But it's like we're marching while we're laying down. So, you know, you who are setting, look at this. You know your limitations, you know your capabilities. Try to adapt this somewhat to you where you are, because yes, you're not able to stand probably. If you are, this can help you for those times that you are standing. But to work on getting this core better strengthened, this can be helpful to you. Now, I'm sure that you have physical therapy. They're probably telling you a lot of movements to do. They're probably showing you and helping you with a lot. A couple more of these for those who are still doing keeping them going here. But all I'm telling you is move. That's okay, that's enough. So moving is crucial, that we're always moving and we're keeping our body going. But doing movements that are specifically purposed to get our posture aligned and our core strengthened, that's crucial for all of us, whether we're able to stand and walk and do those kinds of things, especially then. And if we're confined to where we're setting, I feel for those of you who are. I know how frustrating, I don't know how frustrating, I can somewhat imagine how frustrating that is, and difficult, and the pain that's involved because of not able to do the movements that you should. So once again, the operative statement here is what you can move, move. Don't stop moving it. Try to push it a little bit if you can. Strengthen as much as you can. It's crucial that we do that. Okay, so now we're going to do the supine rotator cuff. So we're going to have our arms out like this, and I got to tell you, my rotator cuffs are horrible. I don't have pain in them. So, you know, I just the way I'm built, I guess, or I just haven't strengthened it very well. But take your arms back as far as you can, and that's all the further I can go. Well, we've got our core engaged as we do this, so we're going to go back and forth, okay? We're going to do several of these with our core engaged, and we're saying, well, what's this got to do with the core? Well, it has a lot to do with the core, somewhat with the rotator cuff as well. But by having our core engaged, this is a movement we're going to do, and if you, as you're doing this, if you feel what's going on, now I could probably get my arms back further if I would deviate my pelvis a little bit here, but we're not wanting to do that. We're not wanting our back to stretch away from the ground or from the floor if you're on the floor, and we're not wanting it to get closer. We're wanting it to stay in one central place, because that's what we need it to do. We don't want our back to deviate for this movement. We want this movement to be totally our arms and our rotator cuffs that are making this movement. But our core is engaged, but maybe you feel a tendency for it to try to move as you're doing this, just because of the nature of this move and what it asks of our back. But it's important that we not let it deviate. That's the point of this exercise. Alrighty, that's enough on that supine rotator cuff. Now, during the winter, we know how to do snow angels, right? So what we're going to do now is we're going to start with our arms out like this, and we're going to take them across the ground and up as much as we can. We're keeping our core engaged. Once again, we're not letting our back get closer to or further from the ground. And we're just doing the snow angel movement. It's a little tougher on the wet grass in the morning. Gorgeous morning. Oh, must be 7 o'clock. I'm out here at about the same time as I were yesterday, huh? But beautiful day today. Yesterday it was overcast in the morning. A little bit of not really fog. Been fogged the day before, I think. Well, we had overcast. Today it's bright and blue, which means we're gonna have a lot more sun today, which is fine. All this moisture on the ground, we're just putting seeds in the ground. Okay, that's good. It's gonna get them up and going like they need to. Okay, we're gonna turn over, and I'm gonna switch ends, because I am a little bit downhill and I feel the blood rushing to my head. Got a plane going over. I'm sorry for the noise in the background. So we're gonna do the front plank. So you can, there's a couple of versions of this. One is where you do it with your knees. So let's get those hands a little bit more up and under me here. So you can do it with just your knees. For those of you who have a stronger core, you can go up on your feet. I'm gonna do that. Be on your knees if that's all you can do, and we're gonna hold this in place. Try to keep yourself nice and straight. Try to keep it steady. And we're gonna hold it there. And I gotta tell you, this is a great one. You can do this at just about any time, I suppose, if you want to take a short break to get that core strengthened a bit. And you can go into push-ups from these if that's something else you want to do to keep that part of you going strong. But holding this core, holding it in place like this is a crucial thing. And you can probably feel it starting to shake. If you've done enough, you can go ahead and stop. For those of us who can do a little bit more, let's keep it going just a little bit longer if we can. Have it do us a little bit more good. Okay, let's go down to a knee. Let's let that go down. I have one more. I don't know if I have the name of this right, but it's called, I don't know if it's like heel raises, or it's not heel raises, but heel crunches, something like that. But I'm gonna let us rest for that. From the plank there, I'm sure your arms are like, oh, what'd you do? And your core is like, okay, I've been working good. But like I said before, I want us to be rested and able to have this exercise do as much to us as it possibly can. So I don't want us to be tired, I want us to be a little bit rested. So let's kind of do some recovery on those muscles. Now the recovery, what that's all about is that when we're exercising, we use up all of the energy stores that are in our muscles and around them, and they need to be replenished, and it takes the body a little while to recover and to have the muscles get back to normal. But it depending on what kind of shape you're in and how the pathways to get that energy renewal in place are programmed, if you will, then it can take shorter or longer, depending on what kind of shape we're in. But for those of us who are just getting started, we need a little bit more rest in between. For those of us who are actively exercising a lot, we need a little bit less time to recover between bouts, different exercise sets that we'd be doing. So we're going to lean back, we're going to rest back on our arms here, then we're going to take our legs and pick them up and pull them in like this. Is that working on your core? It's working on my core. So we'll be pulling those. We're going to do several of these. I'm not going to overdo it on you today. This is the end of the routine. You're probably getting a little bit tired, and that's okay. This was one to get you tired, okay? If you have to stop, start over again. If you can, a few more of these. Okay, just let them down. I gotta tell you, I really appreciate you participating in these exercises with me, because for me, I want to be in shape, but I talk to so many people who are hurting, who can't move like they want to, and it doesn't have to be that way. I say regenerate, don't degenerate, and it's true, it happens. This isn't coming from me. I've read about this a lot. It's a natural, expected thing to have happen. If you don't move it, you lose it. As you lose your muscle tone and your flexibility in your joints, you're gonna get pain. And as you get pain, then you want to do less.
That's the time you need to be exercising. Do what you can. Don't hurt yourself. I'm not saying hurt yourself. I don't believe in if there's no gain, no pain. I don't believe in that. If you're having pain, that's a signal that there's a problem. And so do what you can and keep at it. That's the trick. Those of us who quit, we're going to suffer the pain. Those of us who keep working at it until we get it strengthened a bit and moving a bit, we're going to experience this decrease in pain. Okay, I'm sure there's exceptions. I'm sorry for the exceptions. There probably needs to be some medical attention in those cases. But for the vast majority of us, if we'll move our body, if we'll exercise, then we're going to improve our posture and our ability, decrease our pain. We're going to be able to do more and feel better about it. I got to tell you, it works. It does work. I'm excited about it. I'm excited for the feedback I get by people saying, wow, this has made a difference. My pain is going away. I'm not saying it goes away permanent. Obviously, if you exercise 1 day a month, you're still going to have a lot of pain. This is something you have to work at constantly. This is a daily thing. You take your medication every day. Exercising is better than medication in most cases. It's cheaper. The side effects are fantastic. So keep at it. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe and invite your friends. Let's get together and let's have a great time all getting in shape and enjoying what we're doing as we regenerate and stop degenerating.